Hey guys, welcome to our Love Fast broadcast. Hopefully I'm not choppy now. I'm going to invite my friend Dara over here to join us. We're going to hang out for like 10 minutes. Things. So let's see if I can get Dara on. Am I choppy still?
Not so far.
All right, let mommy finish her meeting real quick, okay? Because it helps me with lighting. Thanks, buddy. Anyways, I'm really excited because I hope that I'm not choppy. Am I still choppy? You'll let me know in the comments.
Just a little bit. Not as much as before, I don't think. Am I choppy?
No, thanks for you're so sweet. Maybe you're talking to Dara. My friend said you look great. She's probably talking to you. Well, if I'm just gonna do this. And Dara, can you hear me?
Mostly.
Oh, this is terrible. Okay. Let me think about how we can do it.
So I heard all that.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're just gonna pretend.
Let's push through. I'll let you know if I missed something.
Okay. Well, if they for the person being interviewed, so
I didn't hear the last part.
okay. This is the Love Fast. The reason I decided launch this like quick 10-minute chat with is because I wanted to bring in the reality of what it means to live life that like loving fast. I wrote a book last year called Fast and Slow, and this is kind of so I invited Dara on because really when I think about Dara, I know she's a busy mom and she is a wonderful example of loving people and putting love in action. So Dara, for me, hope someone else can hear me. What is a brief but really like your love with God of how it started, how it's going?
I love that question. And I caught most of that, Laura. I'm glad you sent me the questions ahead of time. If you didn't hear, she asked about my love story with God and kind of where it started, where it's been, how it's going. So I am someone who doesn't remember a time when I didn't know God, that I didn't love God, that I didn't, seek to do His will, and it just always has been in my life and a part of my life, and I count myself blessed because of that. My father was he was in ministry, so he was a youth pastor in my early childhood, and then he started a church. So and we know that going to church doesn't mean you have a relationship with God. But again, it's just been a part of who I am. It's something, I think as a pastor's daughter, people assume that it was forced on you or you didn't have a choice. But I've always felt like it was my choice. I've always felt like my relationship with God was my choice. Going to church, maybe I didn't have a choice for a few years there, but I always chose that part of my life. I always chose that life for myself. So, like I said, I feel like I always loved God, wanted to do the right thing, wanted to do His will. But when I became a mom, I realized how much I needed God. Prior to becoming a mom, I felt pretty capable. I felt pretty like I had my ducks in a row. And again, I loved God and wanted to live for Him and serve Him. But I had never felt the desperate need for Him that I've felt since becoming a mom 9 years ago. I have a 9-year-old daughter, twin 7-year-old sons, and a 4-year-old daughter. So when I became a mother, it all kind of came really fast after that. And I just became desperate for Jesus. My quiet time was no longer just a to-do list thing or even something I wanted to do. It was something I needed to do in order to live life well, in order to have any chance of getting anything right at the end of the day. So, and I would say how it's going now. So that was like a big transition in my relationship with God. And now, I feel like I'm in a really sweet place with the Lord. I've really felt the practicing more of the spiritual discipline of silence and solitude and giving myself a chance to hear him through all the distractions, and so that's just been something that I've been really consistent with lately. Um, and I'm really excited about that.
That is so relatable because they're like, well, I don't really have a story. I'm like, you have a love story between God. I love you. I'm like, just, it's an amazing characteristic when you're able to own their story and understand during, and even like I'm consistent, certain reading and praying and serving and loving people.
Mm-hmm.
That love story to grow. I love it. I could totally relate on the mom part too. Hello, I'm desperate for help.
Yes.
Going along with that, the second question I wanted to ask here, and I, not because I'm to do like a humble brag, really, we all know you're awesome, but I to tell us, has there been something that's practical where you put love into action? You're gonna love fast. This might be sacrificing, or this might be extending me to a point, but you were really this to other people because 35 by this they will know that you are my love. So anything there?
Yeah. You're still cutting out in and out a little bit, Laura. So it's okay. I just want to repeat. She just asked, she asked me to do a humble brag. Is there a way she feels like I have been more intentional about loving the people around me, a specific action or a circumstance or something I've done? So when you sent me this question yesterday, I couldn't think of necessarily this like, oh, well, just yesterday I helped the little lady across the street. I couldn't think of anything like that. But one of the biggest transitions I've made, and it's really been over the last year or two, is being really aware of how much I'm on my phone. And what I love about this, though, is that it's not just my family. It's not just like this for this one person. And when I say like being aware of how much I'm on my phone, I've just put stronger boundaries around when I'm on my phone and how I'm using my phone. So this effect, like I made little rules, like I'm not going to be on my phone in the checkout line, which will give me a chance to actually speak to the person in front of me who's doing my groceries, or and say hi and say how are you, let alone the impact it can have on your family, when you choose to leave the phone in the other room and just be present. Again, and it's your family, and it's even just, again, your friends, when you're out to dinner with your friends, how often are we all on our phones? And I'm included. When I say I put boundaries on my phone, this has been such a 2 steps forward, 5 steps back journey. But I do feel like that's one of the most impactful, intentional things that I've done to better love the people around me.
I love that. I mean, that ripple effect, modeling that to your family, but it sounds like you're making yourself these divine interruptions because your phone is down.
I've been praying for divine interruptions. Yes, but I'm not going to see them if I'm like this all the time.
That is something that I think and that's where it starts, just being aware of how are you on this device.
Yeah.
You ever look for the opportunities God puts in your path.
Exactly.
Smart. Now, somebody watching, can you let us know if you hear me well, because I would really like to do the next actual game if it's working. But if it's not working, then I don't want to be a party pooper.
You're still cutting out a lot for me. I don't know. Is Laura still cutting out for you guys that are watching? Can you hear her well or not? I don't know.
I know I saw somebody earlier saying I can hear you. How in and out it is. That might be fun.
Right.
All right. So here, if we're going to be talking about love, I want us to learn, but I also want us to laugh. I like to watch that make me feel joyful at the end. Did you get that link I sent you?
Yes, I have it.
It might be a flop. I've done this before, but I googled Zoom, and I was like, charades would be. So I have a timer for 30 seconds. I'll go first.
Okay.
Now, the word generator one. When she guesses it, I'm going to
You're gonna do it in a word.
in 30 seconds.
Okay, so on the website, I have it on charades and I have category easy. What category did you do?
Hard. I'm just going to do
You did easy? Okay.
Oh, I almost did hard because I was like, it's competitive. And it's easy.
Okay, good. All right, so when I guess, you're gonna press new word.
So when you guess, I'm hitting the new word. I'm nervous.
You're good.
Now, it's awkward, so hopefully it'll work. I'm going to hit start on the timer.
Okay.
Aggressive. So let's work it out.
Itsy bitsy spider. Scared? Fall. Falling. Drop. Walk. I will not do that. Pig. Knee.
All right. The timer went off. How many was that? I think it was like 5.
I didn't count. I didn't know I was supposed to be counting.
It shows me.
There's a lot.
Okay, 5. Congrats.
All right.
Oh,
well, congrats to you.
Inappropriate real fast, so I said that.
Fair enough. Okay, so skip the inappropriate ones.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. 30 seconds.
All right. Ready? Go.
Itch. Scratch. Shoulder. Foot. Bottom. Walk. Toes. Shoes. Sock. Sock. Okay. Keys. Switch. Car. Window. Turn. On. Key. Is that a key lock?
Yes.
Lock.
It was lock. Timer went off, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I got 5. And you did 8.
But we were a team.
Oh yeah, my bad. But you know what? It's not every day that I get to conquer anything because you are competitive. You're always like totally inspiring me to step up my game.
Listen, I might be too competitive when it comes to games.
A little gun shy here, and like this is pointless.
Well, this is fun.
I appreciated your part and also learning about how you practice. Thank you so much for being my first guest on Love Podcast. And I Sarah already follow her. She talks about Rise and Shine and how she mastered her more, not by her own will, but by the discipline learned through God. So go follow her. Go check out what she offers. You'll fall in love with her just like I have.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.